Let me show you how we can do the initial configuration on POCO X8 Pro and Pro Max. So once you turn on your phone, you will see this Xiaomi Hyper OS text. We just have to tap on this arrow in order to continue. Then we can choose the language that we want to use on our phone. So in my case, I'm going to choose English United States, and we can proceed. Then we can also choose our region. Of course, the list is quite long, but we can use the search field here at the top of the list in order to enter the name of our region. So for example, we're gonna use United States again. There we go. And let's go next. So in here we have terms and conditions. We need to select that we have read and agreed to the user agreement and privacy policy. We can set up our phone by using our previous device in order to copy settings, accounts, and some other stuff. So if you want to do that, you have of course two options. You can use one of them. And if you want to perform a clean setup, which is something that I will do, you can just tap on skip over here in the bottom left corner. Now, in my case, I have my SIM cards inserted into the phone, so I also have the selection of default SIM for specific things like calling and mobile data. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to go next. Over here, we can connect to a network. So if you have a Wi-Fi network, you can of course just select the network and connect to it. You can also skip if you don't want to use Wi-Fi for the initial setup. Unfortunately, it seems that in here you cannot really use Wi-Fi QR codes. Even if you try to add a network, there is no way to scan a QR code, so you just have to enter the password. And let's go next. Next, we need to choose if we want to set up this phone for ourselves or for our child. So in my case, I'm gonna choose for myself. And now let's wait again. Then after that, you can sign into your Google account. So you can provide your email or phone number, and then you can also enter the password. You can also create a completely new account if that's what you need. Or you can just simply skip that by using the skip in the bottom left corner. In my case, I'm gonna sign into my Google account. If you do sign into a Google account, then we need to also agree to Google Terms of Service. So we need to tap on I agree to be able to use our Google account. And then we're going to wait again. Then we have the option to copy some more apps and data. So if you want to do that, you can of course go next. Also, if you have a Google backup on your Google account, then we should be able to just go next over here, and you should be able to select your backup. In my case, since I perform a clean setup, I'm just gonna tap on don't copy over here. Then you can set a screen lock password on your phone, so you can choose just the screen lock, or you can set up a screen lock and also fingerprint sensor or face unlock feature. In my case, I'm just gonna skip that. We can of course set up these things later on in settings, but feel free to set it up immediately straight away if that's what you want. Now in here we have some Google services that we can toggle. Now you want to go through this list in order to decide by yourself which things should be used on the phone straight away. Of course, still these options can be managed in settings. The only thing that I can recommend you to do is you can disable allow scanning option. This usually can allow you to allows you to save the battery a little bit, and the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth scanning is not really necessary to be enabled all the time. So it's definitely better to just keep it disabled, and whenever your phone needs to use those features, you will be informed about it, and you will have the option to turn it back on pretty much with a single button. And in my case, I'm gonna actually turn everything off, but of course in your case you want to go through this list and decide by yourself which options you don't mind using. And I'm gonna tap on accept. Then we have the option to use Google Backup to back up your photos and videos, as well as other device data that is listed in here. And now in my case, and by the way, of course, you can also tap on these check boxes in order to decide what data should be included. So if you don't want to, for example, back up other device data, you can just select photos and videos, let's say. And if you do decide to use backups, then of course you can turn on the backup in here. In my case, I'm gonna not use backups as I don't need them. Then we have the selection of the default browser and search engine, so I'm gonna just go next over here. And then in here we can choose our browser that we want to use by default straight away. So the list is quite long, and if you are not familiar with these browsers, then the most popular option, I believe, is the Google Chrome browser. So if you have no idea which one to choose, you can just choose this one, for example, and you should be fine. Or you can just pick randomly and you are probably going to be fine as well. Of course, you can download to different browsers later on from the Play Store if you change your mind. And as for the search engine, of course, the most popular option is the Google search engine, so I'm gonna use this one, and that's set as default. Over here we have the option to continue the setup, which continues the Google setup, so we can still go through additional options related to Google. And if you leave and get reminder, you can just skip that and you will proceed with some additional Xiaomi settings. In my case, I'm gonna tap on continue just to show you what is afterwards. So in here we have the information about QuickShare, which we can of course agree to use. And if you disagree, then you can still use it later on if you just open QuickShare for the first time later on. And then we have an information about Gemini, which is your AI assistant. We have ways to activate it, and also if you tap continue, you can set up the Hey Google voice activation. So if you want to do that, if you wish to be able to activate Gemini by just saying Hey Google out loud, then of course you can turn it on. If you do so, you will go through a setup, which is pretty straightforward as well. You just have to say a couple of sentences out loud and then it's going to work. In my case, I don't really use that feature, so I'm just gonna tap on and no thanks. Then we have the option to set up Google Pay, which stores information about your payment cards. So if you wish to be able to pay with your phone straight away, then of course you can just add your payment cards immediately. And if you decide to do that later on, then you will have to use the Google Wallet app, for example, to add your cards. In my case, I'm just gonna skip that. I don't want to spend my time on setting up Google Pay at this moment. But once again, if you want to, you can of course do so. And that is pretty much all in the case of the Google settings. So in here we have some additional options that you can of course use if you want to. Like for example, we can add another Google account, we can change the display size, so we can change the wallpaper and so on and so forth. I don't want to use any of these options, so I'm just gonna tap on the no thanks here in the bottom left corner. And now we're gonna wait. Now we have some Xiaomi settings. So in here we have the location, automatic system updates, and so on and so forth. So of course you want to go through this list and once again decide which options you want to use. I'm just gonna turn off location. I'm gonna keep everything else enabled. You can also enable parental controls if you are not going to use the phone by yourself and you, for example, want to set up this phone for your child. Then of course you can set up parental controls immediately. And then we can go next. We have the font setting, so we can choose which font we want to use. I'm gonna stick with the default one, even though the MI Sans is the recommended one. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. And then we have the launcher, so you can use the classic style, which just has, or it has only the home screen. And if you choose the app drawer, then this is the classic Android style, where we can just open the app drawer or list of apps by swiping up on the home screen. Then we have the system navigation, so you can choose gestures or buttons. So let's say I'm gonna choose buttons in here, and let's go next. We have the recent layout, so you can choose the vertical style. In the case of vertical style, you will have to swipe left and right in order to close an app, and in the case of horizontal, you swipe up. So I'm just gonna stick with the vertical, and let's go next. And then we need to wait. In a couple of seconds, we should be able to open the home screen, and we should be able to start using our phone. So let's just wait for that. And there we go. We are all set, so we're gonna tap on this all set button and we should be able to go to the home screen. There we go. That is pretty much it. Now, in case you want to know what you should do first on your POCO X8 Pro after, or Pro Max of course, after the initial configuration, what steps can be recommended to do, then of course you can check out my dedicated video about this. And if you're looking for guides for POCO X8 Pro or X8 Pro Max, then of course be sure to check out my channel, leave a like and subscribe.